So almost every Friday, we get a chance to sit down with some of the funniest comedians from all over the country.
We always laugh, sometimes so much that it hurts.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of favorites, but this certainly the case. When Frank Caliendo stopped by in June, it didn't take him long to get going.
Yeah.
Here's one of my favorite clips of 2013.
Well, it used to be Frank Caliendo was best known for his work on Mad TV, but then his impressions of some of the biggest names in sports caught on.
He became a superstar, appearing on nearly every major American sports broadcasting outlet. I first caught his work several years ago on satellite radio and laughed so hard I cried. Same for my husband. Today, he's one of the most requested comedy club comedians in the country.
Hilarious guy. We're excited to have
Hilarious.
Frank Caliendo right here.
Woo! Yay me! Here's where the energy comes. They were worried. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna be like this off stage? Oh my gosh! If the camera comes on, he's gonna be this place. He's gonna ruin the show. He had George Brett on. He had Italian people. What's gonna happen? He's not gonna be like this the entire time. Is he gonna do John Madden? I mean, you think of all the things you do. I mean, it's the Robin Williams theory of comedy. If you don't have a joke, you just switch voice. Look at that. And Redenson, and Kokuna, Matata. Who knew? Means no worries. What are we doing? He's not even on the couch anymore. Call the union.
Oh,
Where's he going? Hey, where'd he go? Caliendo, he's not even here! He left! What are we talking about? This is a big show for us. Come on, hold it. Try to figure out where we're going. Be ready. Come on.
Hey, let's go.
Let's the way we do it. Come on. Come on. Who put this down? Who did this? Why is somebody... there's witness in there, and that's a... Oh, jeez. Let's see, that's figuring out there's buttons in here. Did you see the spit that came out of my mouth? Come on. Follow the script! Come on! Breathe! Hold on. It's because we need to... Hold on.
Breathe. I'm concerned about you.
Look at what's happening. Look at the
concerned
microphone.
about you.
Can't we get a cordless?
Golly, Ned. Here.
Where's the money? Where's the money going?
You've been asking
Do you
that
know
for
how good
years.
they are? I told you you're not going to get a chance to talk. Do we realize I'm from Milwaukee? I know the ownership group here.
We're based there.
No, I know where everything's from. This is what I do when I need to catch my breath. I look like I'm in a praying position of some sort, and I cross my legs. Okay, what were the questions?
Well, I was going to say, when you first came, it's so funny because when he first came, he was sitting like this. We're like, are you okay,
Well,
Frank?
listen, we called Dr. Phil. What were you thinking? What is your problem? You have to realize that if you're going to be on the show with Mac and Mary, you better figure out what you're going to talk about before you talk about it. How big is my neck right now? This is not a good look.
It's really flattering. Don't worry about it.
Okie dokie. What are we talking about right here? Now, let's talk about this for a second. How many comedians have you had that just come on to lay down on the set?
You're the first one,
first.
actually.
Okay,
Pauly Shore grabbed the pillows and hugged him and caressed
Tell
him.
you what, that's crazy. I love pillows. It's like my teddy bear growing up. Sam Kinison used to babysit me. That was crazy. Oh my goodness.
Well, you can do it laying
Phil,
down.
Phil.
No, I want you to. I have a crush on Jim Rome, and by you doing Jim Rome, I have a crush on you. There's an association.
Right now, I'm laying down doing a psychotherapy session with a couple people on the Morning Blend. How great is that? What ridiculousness does Frank Caliendo try to pull off when he talked about Milwaukee for a second? Wasn't sure if he was allowed to talk about the owners or not. How great is that? We'll definitely find out, because if he's back, he'll get to do it again. Incredible, phenomenal, arugula. Probably the greatest lettuce.
Yes, arugula.
The
Oh
greatest
my
lettuce in
God.
the history of the world.
My day has been made. I needed to hear you say arugula as Jim Rome.
Arugula.
So I remember isn't that part of Mexico?
Oh, see, that was terrible. That's what Caladino does. It just goes from voice to voice, trying to figure out who I am. I didn't even know.
You went from
It's
George
incredibly
W.
weird.
Bush to Charles Barkley.
I was crazy. That was
to Robin
ridiculous.
Williams, yeah.
And then back to me.
And then throw in a little Billy Crystal.
Who are
Monsters
you?
U.
Like, I never know
I
what
don't
you
know the
are
real
really.
guy.
There's no real me. This is Jim Carrey-ish. There's a former me, and I was taken over by
Klingon captivators. I don't know if that's the right word, but it doesn't matter. Where's my camera? There it is.
Do you get confused?
I bend.
Do you
Most of
confuse
the-
I am
yourself?
the keymaster, you the gatekeeper. Okay, I gotta have a shower.
Yeah, every once in a while. This is getting awkward. We're
How
not
did-
sure if Frank is listening to the questions, if he's just playing things in his mind. Sometimes he does that. Gets a little weird. Whoa! Yells and gets into something else. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
We have no.
When did you figure out you could do all of this?
In the hallway on the way over.
Right.
I said, what could I do? Laying down will help.
You remember right before? Remember we were talking about this earlier, where you guys weren't sure what was going to happen?
Are we gonna do 7
you okay?
minutes of this?
We're asking if you're all right.
He doesn't move.
I didn't know if you needed
like a turtle.
oxygen.
Yeah, you know, what was the question?
How did you figure out you could do all of this?
I went to school for broadcast journalism, actually in Milwaukee, University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and I just decided I wasn't good at being a reporter because I don't listen, obviously. I think we've seen that. I just talk and like to hear myself. What do you think? I think it's time to do something else. Why does my hand have an accent? Where are you from? I'm from Iowa. That doesn't make sense. No. Did he really talk to his hands on the show? That's the weirdest thing since he laid down.
So it was broadcasting.
Yeah,
Getting
and
you back.
what was the question?
How did you figure it out? You
I
wanted
just
to
didn't want to work
talk.
for real, so
Right.
this
You
was,
remember Rich Little? Was he?
I liked Rich Little. The thing about Rich Little was it was more vaudevillian. I liked Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, that kind of stuff, over the top, back and forth. And Jonathan Winters, who just passed away. Remember, I did something a little. So I liked that the characters could talk to each other and that kind of stuff. So that was what really made me laugh. And so that's, instead of like saying, what if Jack Nicholson worked as a McDonald's fry cook or something like that, it'd be like, well, why? Al Pacino yells in movies for no reason. So why not somebody cast him as a librarian? That makes sense, because just see what he do. I'd be like, where's the B section? Or like, I'd like to have Morgan Freeman just narrate me through my life. When my wife asks me those questions, my wife asked me the question, do I look fat in these jeans? Just Morgan Freeman, that's when Frank realized he'd be sleeping on the couch for a while. No matter what.
What do the people think? What do people think about you doing them? Are they mostly receptive? Or?
Sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't. When they meet me, they realize that I'm just kind of a goofy, cherubically faced goofball. Oh boy, am I excited.
And your stand-up stuff, though. Do you enjoy the stand-up?
Yeah,
That's essentially what you're doing here.
Yeah, a lot of dancing, a couple of movie moves. I don't know. Yeah, it's fun because I'm trying to develop lots of other stuff, and it's the thing I like about clubs like the Omaha Funny Bone is the interaction. You're right there, people are right next to you, and
That's it.
That's right. Tonight and tomorrow night. That's us. We got to go. Call the Bone Phone, funnyboneomaha.com. I had 2 pages of questions that we were supposed to ask you.
And we got to none of them.
2 of them.
We got to go. Frank, great to see you.
Go.
Thank you, sir.
Don't be sad.
Don't be sad.
I mean, the energy level of that guy.
I
He
know.
was all over the set, but when he walked out here, he was so quiet, laid back, and reserved. He
Mild.
literally sat down in the chair like this.
And we
We're
thought,
like, hey, Frank. He goes, hi.
this isn't the
That's-
Frank we've all seen on stage.
Yeah.
What's going on?
But as soon as the light on the camera flicked on, the guy went off.
He was so funny. I know
was
my
funny.
face hurt all day long.
Yeah, it was funny.
Really loved it. All right, we'll toast the new year and a special member of our team before the end of today's show.
Yeah, and find out who our first in-studio guest will be in the new year.